I still hear their laughter echoing in my mind, sharp, dismissive like daggers every time I dared to dream. When I told my family I was quitting my dead-end job to pursue art, they called me reckless, foolish, a disgrace to our name. My brother scoffed, saying I'd end up homeless, a bum chasing pipe dreams. My mother's eyes filled with disappointment, whispering that I was embarrassing the family. They didn't just dismiss my passion. They wanted to crush it. For years, I fought through rejection, self-doubt, and near bankruptcy. Ugh. I'd spend every waking hour in my tiny studio apartment, brushes and canvases my only refuge. My work was raw, unpolished, sometimes ugly, but I knew I was onto something. Every rejection letter was a punch to the gut, but I used it as fuel. I became obsessed with proving everyone wrong, transforming my pain into power. Then one day, after 10 years of grinding, I cracked the code. My art caught fire online. My style, raw, visceral, struck a nerve. Galleries reached out, offers flooded in. I finally made it. And I knew it was time to come home. Not just to visit, but to show them what their doubting had fueled. The day I pulled up in front of my childhood house, I felt like I was walking into a battlefield. I parked my sleek car, dressed in the suit I never imagined I'd wear to visit my own family. My heart was pounding, a cocktail of adrenaline and rage. I stepped out, and as I approached the door, I could already hear their whispers. He's finally here, trying to show off again. But I was no longer the kid they used to mock. I was the artist who'd sold out galleries, whose paintings now hung in collectors' homes worldwide. I carried a canvas under my arm, one I painted after a sleepless night, depicting the loneliness of chasing a dream. I knocked. My mother opened the door. Her face crumbled with surprise, then shock. My father's jaw clenched. My brother's eyes widened as I walked into the living room, where they sat like a jury awaiting judgment. Without a word, I set the canvas on the coffee table. It was raw, intense, colors bleeding into chaos, an explosion of emotion. I looked at them, my voice steady but full of fire. Remember when I told you I'd make it? That I'd prove you wrong? They stared, silent, stunned. For once, no words of ridicule, just faces frozen in disbelief as I explained how I turned their doubts into my fuel, how I fought every rejection, every moment of failure to become someone they never believed I could be. And then I saw it. The flicker of pride behind my father's eyes, my mother's trembling lip, my brother's jaw tightening, maybe in acknowledgement, maybe in regret. I didn't need their approval now. I'd already won. But their silence, that look, it was the sweetest victory. I had come home not just as a success, but as a reminder. Never let anyone define your worth. Never let their doubts drown your dreams. I walked out that day knowing I'd change the game. their judgment, fuel, their mockery, fire. I turned what once was a ridiculous dream into a legacy they couldn't ignore. And every time I look at that painting now, I realize true victory isn't just in making it, but in proving that nobody's limitations are greater than your will to rise.